Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Women's Tour of Scotland. Well, after stage 1 was abandoned due to heavy rain and flooding out on the roads, we do not have a leader. The riders, though, will be grateful for clear skies today in Glasgow, and it's absolutely all to play for. Stage 2 took the riders from George Square in Glasgow all the way to Perth. At 139 kilometres, it was the longest day in the saddle. With 3 chances of sprint points on offer, the real talking point would be the Event Scotland Queen of the Mountain climb, coming just 45 kilometres into the race, over the beautiful and imposing Duke's Pass. A long, flat finish meant it could be a day for the sprinters. Well, it's the longest stage, so we found out how the riders fuel for such a challenge.
Hi, my name's Annie Simpson. I'm a rider for Brother UK to Fossey powered by On Form. I'm also a sports nutritionist for OT Sports. Today's the longest stage of the Women's Tour of Scotland, so nutrition is going to be really important. Nutrition is one of the main areas. Obviously, everyone plans their training, their events and things like that, but without getting your nutrition right, you really can't get the best out of your performance. Calorie burn depends on the size of the rider. For 3 hours that we'd be out there usually, you're looking at around 2,000 calories, maybe more. Because you're burning almost the same amount as what a person would have in a day, you really need to think about your nutrition as soon as you get up, but also whilst you are riding, that is the time in which you are burning through your energy stores at the quickest.
I'm Jess Roberts. I'm 20 years old. I was the 2018 National British Champion. For me, I like to eat well and make sure I'm fueled and ready to go for training and racing. I do love the chicken stir fry. Yeah, that's a good one. To be honest, I like anything. Just, good food that is gonna fuel me well.
So I'm just going to run you down what's available at the buffet for the Women's Tour of Scotland. Obviously it's really good to have some fruit and vegetables, a pack full of vitamins and minerals, and getting that in after you've done a hard race is really important. Also here they've got 3 different sort of options for protein. I had the chicken, it was pretty good actually. The protein is really important, it's a massive part of recovery for riders. Moving on, we've got either an option of rice or potatoes. Carbohydrates, when you are doing a sport like cycling, it's massively important. Carbs are going to be your easiest form of energy put in, so again, fruits are really good, you know, it's a nice sweet treat as well, but again, you're getting your vitamins and minerals, and having a little treat like this is not going to harm you at all. I'm very lucky to be able to mix both sort of my cycling and my job. I do get a real sense of satisfaction sort of passing on the education of nutrition and seeing them sort of be able to get the most out of their performance. Nutrition is one of the most important parts of cycling, and if you don't get it right, then you're not going to get the best out of yourself.
Glasgow has recently been named the world's best small city for hosting sporting events, and it's easy to see why. Last year they played host to the European Championships, and in 2023 they'll welcome the world when the first World Cycling Championships take place.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a good course. It's quite a punchy climb. It's a bit longer than what we used to hit like in England. With it being a Scottish climb, it's a bit more sustained. Obviously we've got an international field as well, so it's definitely going to be challenging. But we fancy our chances. We want to get involved there and be there at the finish for the sprint as well.
I think it's going to be really interesting. It is a big climb. It's pretty steep, but it does come in the early part of the race, so there is time for the sprinters to recover. But it's just how much damage happens getting over it. Obviously, because the race was shortened yesterday, the climbers are going to be going out pinging. They're going to look to go out that fast. So yeah, it's going to be carnage. It's going to be chaos, but it's also going to be a lot of fun.
I'm feeling good. Yeah, it's going to be a tough course for sure. The riders are going to make it even more tough. But with it being a longer ride, it might burn some of the matches of the pure sprinters. So I'm hoping that it does suit us a bit more.
Before the elite peloton assembled on the start line, local cycling group Women on Wheels enjoyed their moment in the spotlight. The 2 race jerseys awarded yesterday were front and centre of the peloton as they rolled out of George Square in Glasgow.
We will go for the sprints for sure, because it's not just about the Motorola jersey, it's also about GC. Every second will count later tomorrow.
I'm hoping for a lot of spectators today. That is a bit better weather, so hopefully there'll be a lot out to cheer on the road.
As they headed north out of the city and through Kilometre Zero, stage 2 of the Women's Tour of Scotland was officially underway. The first intermediate sprint came at 37.8 kilometres in Aberfoyle, and it saw home favourite Nia Evans take the maximum 5 points for Scotland. Lotto Soudal's Annalise Dom was in second, and Valcar Silent Cycling's Chiara Consoni in third. And then it was straight on to the gruelling 4-kilometre Queen of the Mountain climb, Duke's Pass at 45 kilometres raced. The views were spectacular, although the riders wouldn't have had much chance to appreciate them as the pace surged up the steep gradients. Queen of the Mountains jersey leader Cecily Uttrup Ludwig was the first to the top for the maximum 8 points. Elise Shabby of Bigler was in second, and Jocelyn Loudon of Drops in third. The tough climb created huge splits in the peloton, and a group of 9 riders broke clear at the front of the race. And it was these riders who contested the second Motorola Solutions sprint. Leah Thomas of Bigler was first across the line, followed by Stina Borgli of the Norway national team and Krista Dobel-Hickok from Rally UHC Cycling. The peloton looked to catch the breakaway, but not before Brodie Chapman of Team Tibco SVB launched a solo attack. This effort saw her take the third sprint of the day and open up a 1:30 advantage over the rest of the field. Eugenia Bujak of BTC City Ljubljana won the sprint for second from the bunch, with Arun Nar of Ale Cipollini coming in third. Coming into the finish line, Chapman had been caught, and it all came down to a ferocious bunch sprint in front of a huge crowd waiting to welcome the riders home in Perth. And it was Team Tibco Silicon Valley Bank rider Alison Jackson who crossed the line first, just ahead of Emma White of Rally UHC.
We were in a good position the whole day. Brodie was in the break, attacked from the group of 4 Bigler riders, got away, had 2 minutes. We just had to sit in. But you know, that built a lot of pressure for me. Now we're riding for me, you know, if it comes together. I gotta do that for my teammates, you know. Part of being the best bike rider is being able to handle the pressure and deliver. And, you know, I had lots of kilometers to think through it in my head, and coming in just was on the right wheel. Emma White, I knew she could go long and go early, and was just on the right wheel. Just enough, I think, heart and passion. I really, really wanted this win for my team, and we did it. To win a stage in Europe, you know, that means a lot. I think also now we get to be in the leader's jersey. So, I mean, I think the spring was really good for me, and we're just showing that we're building up into that. So, yeah, to win out of a sprint means a lot.
So, confirmation of the stage results today. Alison Jackson wins stage 2 of the Women's Tour of Scotland, with Emma White in second and Stina Borgli in third. That means overall, Alison Jackson of Tibco Silicon Valley Bank becomes the first rider to wear the Baillie Gifford yellow jersey. The Canadian rider is 4 seconds ahead of Emma White and Stina Borgli. Leah Thomas lies 4th, 7 seconds behind, with Eugenia Bujak in 5th. Bigler's Leah Thomas took the Motorola Solutions Queen of the Sprints. Her teammate Cecily Uttrup Ludwig holds on to the Event Scotland Queen of the Mountains polka dot jersey. Emma White of Rally UHC Cycling takes the Deloitte Best Young Rider jersey. and Jen George walks away with the best Scottish rider of the day. Stage 3 sees the riders race a 117-kilometre loop, starting and finishing in the capital with 3 tough laps of Holyrood Park, including the punchy QOM climbs up Arthur's Seat. So come join us for the start. The riders roll out at 10:30.